the more we do, the more people can see it.
To combine the animal world and filmmaking, yeah, it would be an ultimate dream at the end of the day.
And nobody really prints anymore. But when you walk into someone's house and you see this amazing picture up on the wall.
What's left on the cave wall is how we remember our history. It's how we depict what happened. It's the vases that were left over. It's the mosaics that we find. That's how we know what was in fashion. That's how we know what the materials they were using to paint, to sculpt.
Jazz and modern were my happy places. They're the place that my body felt most at home.
I've transformed wanting to do an interesting painting to now capturing emotion and telling a story.
The reality that I'm not as fast as I want to be. I spent easily 240 hours trying to do some animation, and even that much time was nowhere near enough.
My name is Brad Lynch. I am a singer-songwriter, performer, I'm a stay-at-home father, and working film on the side a little bit as well. For the most part, that's my shtick, is making music and raising my kids. I'm originally from Newfoundland, and I've kind of made my way around Alberta. I've lived in Grande Prairie since 2005. Been 17 years now, I guess. So this is home now. For, well, the last 17 years, I've raised 2 children already here, and 2 more in the works, so on their way. Brad Lynch Band is a collective of artists from the Peace Country that we've put together, and for some of the shows, it's a kind of a plethora of rock and country, but our original music is more along the lines of that folk rock country type scene. But the band has been together in different iterations of what we have right now since the end of 2017, early 2018. Really, the origins of the band name, there's no real hidden anything. It was just a simple name to put together, and we try to market as the BLB instead of Brad Lynch Band. Bandmates right now, on drums I've got Dano LaFlamme, on bass guitar Ryan Zahara, on fiddle and mandolin and guitar and banjo actually Brad Scott, and playing steel guitar and lead guitar Mac Rose. And they're all very phenomenal musicians in their own right at what they do, and it's a very good energy in the room, whether we're rehearsing or prepping for a show or even playing a show. It's everybody's quite positive and supportive of each other. And
when it comes to the musicianship and all that, and playing with buddies and playing with friends and the camaraderie and all that speaks volumes.
I love it. It's a band of brothers.
Oh, I'm loving it. It's great. And they're all fantastic players, and they're great people. And
what did I do today? I made a horrible racket, but we had a blast playing out here for Northern Sunrise County for our Canada Day celebration.
Okay. Well, we are BLB. At times can be nerve-wracking because the anticipation of getting up there and to do it, but I don't think that nervousness and anticipation ever goes away. It's changed over time for me personally, but it's always there. And I think once it's not there, then it's like something's right here. But there's always a little bit of nerves kind of to go up there and do it. So I do believe there is a craftsmanship required with the time that goes into it. The art is sometimes lost, especially if you're trying to make something commercial, I guess. But I personally lean towards the art of it because it feels more genuine, more raw, so to speak.
Art or a craft? Oh, it's both. Oh, absolutely, it's both. There's no doubt. There's absolutely an artistic portion of it, but ultimately, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of craft involved with it as well. So.
It's just a passion, right? So if you put it into an art form, if you're singing and songwriting, which I've done a little bit of that, then it becomes kind of an art. But to craft that and put it together, that's where that comes in. But really, at the end of the day, if you go to bed with music on your brain and you wake up with music on the brain, that's just kind of how it is. So it's kind of a passion, really, it is.
I would say with the Brad Lynch Band, the song is key, and Brad's such a great songwriter. It makes my job easy.
Writing over the last number of years, I've done a lot of it myself. I've co-written with past band members, but a lot of the inspiration kind of comes from life experience and just kind of stuff that's going on around me, I guess. But the writing starts sometimes down in my basement, and usually it'll end up bringing it to the band, and we kind of work together to get a full production type thing. I guess I have long-term goals and plans, but I don't know where music will take me personally or the band or what have you. But I hope to be doing this for quite some time, wherever it takes me, and I just hope to be enjoying it while I'm doing it. So. My goal is to try to outlive Willie Nelson and Keith Richards, but I don't know if I can. But if I can live the life of those guys, maybe.
Man, I'm gonna play music till I can't play music anymore. So until my old bones or arthritis or heart attack sets in, whatever. I'm gonna do this till the day I die. Plain and simple. It's in me that much, so love it.
We just take it day by day and play as much as we can, whenever we can, and I guess we'll see what happens, really.
But I guess that's probably the one thing that's a little different, right? Is the misconception of everybody that lives in Grande Prairie is that you're working oil and gas and you're making, 6+ figures easy every year, right? So being in the art scene, the music scene, it's refreshing because, not everybody's doing what you're doing. Most people are doing oil and gas. Grande Prairie has a strong arts community and it's flourishing, and I do think that the two can coexist and actually help each other. And people might think, well, how can art help oil and gas? Well, everybody needs some form of art in their life, and we need energy as well. So I think we can coexist quite comfortably in this town, and I think people are proving it on the daily here. It's great. Any advice for up-and-coming musicians? Well, this is something, I guess, for me that I'm still learning, is to really be you. And I know that's very vague, and it's kind of, well, what does that mean?
You know what? Know your worth. Let me tell you, that's the best advice I can give to any musician. Do not give your talent away. Know your worth. Work hard so that you can actually expand upon your worth and get paid.
I would say listen to everything in terms of music. All styles of music, there's always something to learn, and just keep at it. Persistence is key.
If it's something you love doing, just keep doing it. I think that's the most important thing, is to never give up and keep doing what you love doing.
And lean on your influences, lean on your passion, lean on your what you want to do. It just becomes, I know it sounds cliche, but it just becomes an absolute love, right? So if you love something that you do, then man, it's a win-win all the way.
Really, you got to leave it up to yourself to figure that out, because everybody's got their place, wherever that is. Everybody's got a place in, whether it's the music scene or the film or any sort of art form is so subjective. So I think what's important for anybody that's kind of getting their feet wet and starting to want to get out and perform, or they want to get out and share their craft or their art to the world, is first of all just friggin' do it, and be okay with your growth, because that's what it is. It's a journey. It's not. None of us are on the same road. We might cross paths, but we're all taking our own journey when it comes to any sort of art form, and that's utmost importance, is to be true to what you want to do, and just watch yourself grow.
Some say that money's the root of all evil. With the right mind, you make good of anything. With the boom or bust, the downturn is hard to deal. With the ones in power only care about one thing. Storms are blowing, the good folks face the weather. They'll